we're back with embroidery. This is what we're making. We're making Melania Blade of Mikola from Elden Ring. So Freerun went up this week, right? Got and the star of that episode, the breakout star, was the actually invisible zipper, because there were so many comments about everybody loved the zipper. Wonderful zipper. So I ended up clipping the zipper part down and putting it on my Instagram as a 1-minute reel, which I really don't enjoy butchering my carefully crafted educational work to put it on Instagram as a promotional thing to try to get people to watch the actual good video, but I did it because that's what people do. Thing is I didn't expect this. I mostly don't like doing that because most of the time when I do like that, the video doesn't do well, but that one's doing okay. That one has like 300, I mean, not even okay. It's doing pretty good. It's got like 300,000 views on Instagram, which, like, for Instagram, that's like, it's not the same as, if I have not explained the formula that a lot of people use for numbers on the internet. So YouTube compared to Instagram, 10,000 views on YouTube is like getting 100,000 views on Instagram. Having 10,000 subscribers on YouTube is like having 100,000 followers on Instagram. The rule is, from YouTube to Instagram, you take off a 0. And that's like how you gauge the like level of influence that this person has. Okay? And then for TikTok, you take off another 0. Okay? Like 10,000 followers on TikTok is, what's 2 zeros? I can't do math, but you get what I mean. You take off a 0. And then Twitch is, you add another 0, because Twitch is so much of a smaller audience. You take off another 0 to gauge how important that person is on that platform. Anyway, Instagram Reel was doing well, but the issue is I have turned off all comments on Instagram. Not turned them off. I turned off all notifications because I was starting to get comments from random people that, like, don't follow me that are saying mean stuff like, the way you installed that was so unnecessary. You don't have to do it that way. And there was one I saw that was like, wrong, do it again. You made it pucker at the bottom. And I was like, I made this a month ago. Shut the f up. But because that happened, I wanted to give some of y'all some sage advice on dealing with mean people on the internet, because I think I have a pretty good take on this. And I know a lot of you are also cosplayers and probably have had to deal with getting shown to people that are not in your audience and are just mean to you. So here's the advice. And a big part of that is understanding how those algorithms work and thinking about what the user experience is on those platforms. So if you have a video that is doing well, no matter what it is, on Instagram or TikTok, that video is going to get shown to people that don't follow you, that don't know who you are, and don't care about you. And some people are going to see your content and be like, ooh, new person that I want to follow. And that's great. But there's also going to be people that don't know who the f you are, and Instagram just put your into their feed because they do that now. And because people don't like that. People don't like seeing from people that, you know, they don't care about. And so what people end up doing is if they're mean people, they lash out and they comment something mean at you just because you showed up on their feed unannounced. This happens a lot less on YouTube, because on YouTube, you yourself, you the person, you have to click on that video for it to play. You have to click on that video to get to the comments. You have to click on that video to see any context of something you would want to comment about. And because of that human element of decision, people are still mean on YouTube, but people are a lot less frequently mean because they know that they chose to click on that video. Where it's the difference between a captivative audience, you captivated a person to click on that video, and the difference is Instagram and TikTok are captive audiences. They did not choose to click on your video, and so they are going to lash out and be mean. And my advice to anybody when this happens to you, don't lash back. Don't do it. They don't deserve your time or attention. Don't clap back. Don't make a whole nother post that's like, look at how mean this person was. Do that person a favor and make it so your content will never show up on their feed again, and just block them. You have solved the problem for you both. You never have to see their stupid comments again, and they never have to see your content again, which is clearly what they wanted. But no, that's my advice. Don't give them any of your time or energy, because most of the time that's just what they're looking for. They just want they just want your attention, and so if you give it to them, they're kind of winning. And the best thing you can do is, to somebody who's trying to raise their voice at you, is to take away their voice. Okay, I will say, I don't usually get really, like, mean comments on YouTube, but I did have this one comment that was like, what? Because somebody on the Freerin video commented something like, why did you make it a dress? It's a skirt and a shirt. And I'm just like, what? Why does that matter? If it's a shirt and a skirt, that has to be on 2 different hangers, fam. If it's a dress, it only has to be on 1 hanger. Jeez. But yeah, that one was just so silly. Like, they weren't being mean, but it was just like, what? Some White Rabbit says, sounds like the historical sewing community. They can be so rude sometimes. Oh my god, that's why. Listen, okay. I don't do, like, historical stuff. And when I do, I make it very clear that I don't give a about those people's opinions. Like, every time I bring something up that's, like, a thing I have... Like, I watch people that do, like, historical costuming and stuff. My friend Casey does a lot of historical stuff. And so there's a bunch of, like, techniques and stuff that I've picked up. Like, the 18th century pockets. Those are cool. Like, those are great for any ball gown. But... me using historical stuff in a modernized setting, I always make sure that I give you the, oh, I'm not doing it right. Like, boo-hoo for you that I don't care about your historical opinion on my cosplay. But yeah, my friend Casey does a lot of historical stuff, and her Facebook page, I don't use Facebook as, like, a cosplay thing, but Casey does, and it seems like the Facebook comments are, like, the meanest ones. The Facebook comments always choose violence. Because she's told me before about how just mean historical fashion people will just be on Facebook. And it to me, it's because they want... They're so used to getting to dunk on, like, movies and stuff for, like, not being accurate when it's, like, a period piece. And it's like, okay, sure, go ahead and dunk on dunking on movies for not getting, like, historical fashion right is punching up, right? They're punching up. They're the little guy, and they're punching at a multi-million-dollar movie studio. But making fun of people on Facebook is punching down, okay? Like, not everybody has the budget to use real silk in their robe à la française. And, some people just want to use polyester. And that's fine. How dare you use a sewing machine and fabric that isn't hand woven and polyester thread? Exactly. How dare you do any of those things? Okay, I was reading the chat. People are coming at you like you're saying you're a master seamstress of something. What the Like, chill the out, people. Yeah, the video literally starts with me saying the words, apparently. This is apparently how you do. Not, this is my, I don't act like a cringe, TikTok tutorialer. I'm not sitting here going,
today I'm gonna make a invisible zipper that is actually,
see? I can't even fake it. Yeah, Lende, I don't know if meaner than TikTok. I would say TikTok is the most violence chosen. But Facebook ain't around. Facebook is coming for that title. Yeah, somebody says, I hate that Instagram is doing that. You can disable it, and that's the other thing, is you can disable having other random people in your feed. You can also switch over to see just the people you are following, and it's in chronological order, which is what I usually do. I don't open Instagram much anymore, but I will open it and then, like, go look at my friends' like stories, because it's my friends. I want to see what my friends are up to. I don't even really look at my feed anymore because it's all people doing TikTok tutorials on Instagram. People will be wild. I'm glad the cosplay, I mean, people are bitches in the cosplay community, but we banish them to realms of websites that we don't speak the names of, so nobody goes and gets to them. You get it. They're not out in the open. They're banished. They're banished to the places we don't talk about. But the historical fashion community is, like, very proud of how gatekeepy they are. I think I've complained about this before. But okay, historical fashion people are gatekeeping to the point where they gatekeep in the name of other people, because there have been lots of people that try to gatekeep corsets on me in the name of Bernadette Banner, to the point that it is a joke to me that if you say corset on the internet, people will bring up Bernadette Banner. And now, the joke now is that she invented the corset. She absolutely invented the corset. She did. Because why else would people need to bring up her name anytime you say corset? There has been talks that, like, the Lolita community is dying out, and I'm happy that I can introduce people into the style a little bit, because I think Lolita will never die, but Lolita will always evolve, and the way you get people into Lolita, I think the best way is to make it cheap, and making a dress out of a bedsheet is cheap. I don't know if I said in that video that's how I got started in Lolita, was I made a dress out of a bedsheet, and I did a pretty bad coordinate with it, but I felt cute. I got to wear a poofy dress. Did not have a petticoat. I remember I wore my first coordinate to Anime Week in Atlanta 2014. And I went to a little panel about J fashion and learned some stuff. And I was, like, by myself. That was the first time I, like, went to a con and walked around by myself. And that's a pretty important experience. If you've never done that, do it. You think, oh, I'll feel so awkward and weird, but no, there's so much stuff going on. Nobody cares if you're walking around by yourself. We were talking about comments earlier. I gotta tell you all about this one comment that I got that made me laugh. They have commented like 3 or 4 times. The same person keeps commenting on the Freerun video. Can you please do her staff? Can you please do her staff after your break? And I'm like, what break, fam? I think, because also sometimes I get comments that were like, I missed her, where has she been? And I'm just like, how do y'all think I film these and then edit them in a day and they go up the same day that the thing was made? Like, what planet do you live on that I'm not spending every hour of my waking life working on this content? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm having to force myself to not take my computer to continue working on content that I know won't come out until April, but I want to get it done now. They just think I take breaks. What a concept. A YouTuber taking a break? Nobody does that. The people that have content that takes forever to come out, it's because they take forever to make that content. Because they care about the quality. I've said this before, if I didn't care about the quality of my content and I was just trying to put content out as much as I possibly could to make money, I'd be making true crime videos. But I'm not. I have not only like making the cosplay takes forever, I take about as long to make the video as I do the cosplay. Like, it's my two coin. It's the two sides of my coin. My art coin is editing and making, and I'm kind of I'm not a perfectionist, but I am particular. I'm very particular about both of those things. I'm certainly not a perfectionist. If anything, I am a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to like the editing thing. To the point where once a video goes up on YouTube, I won't watch it because I will find something that I should have fixed in it. But it's hard to get all the, like, just so y'all know, I do everything by myself. I think y'all know that, but I don't have an editor. I don't have an assistant. I don't have anything. I have an agency. I am signed up to an agency. They, all they do is negotiate sponsor deals for me. That's what they do. They don't put any work into my content. They just tell me, hey, so-and-so is offering you this much money for this much sponsorship. And then I'll say, okay. And then they handle that. That's what they do. But I make all of the content myself and every little bit of it. I even do all the subtitles. Yeah. Annie says, I would rather see you take a long time to put out content than change your content. Seen a lot of creators change their content to put out more. And I appreciate that you don't do that. Thank you. I mean, my output is, for what I'm doing, my output is actually pretty crazy if you compare it to, like industry standard, you know? Like, I'm putting out... The golden goal is 2 videos a month. 1 Patreon exclusive video, and now live streams for y'all. That's the golden order. That's an Elden Ring joke. But yeah, that's the golden goal is to do 2 videos a month, which is a video every 2 weeks-ish. And if you were, like, doing a TV show, you would never put people on that schedule. And I'm not at 7 days to air level. Like, if anybody's seen that documentary about how they make South Park in 7 days. Not at that level. I like where I am at right now, which is why I wanted to take my computer on this trip with me, because Freeren's wig video will be coming out probably the first week of March. So, it'll probably come out in like 2 weeks. And then I also want to do that DreamHack follow-up video in March. But I don't have to make anything for that. So I can just take a week and shoot that video and edit it and have it done in a week and have another video in March while I'm working on my April projects that I have already started on. My April project is Kasane Teto. Does anybody know what a mogurt is? Can I get some guesses in the chat on what a mogurt is and why I'm talking about it? So, a mogurt is a motion graphics template file. This is editing, Sarah. So, I knew what a mogurt was, but I didn't realize how easy they are to make. But what they basically are is an animation you set up in After Effects, and then you pull into Premiere so you can just easily change the text in Premiere and not have to export something out of After Effects. And my stupid ass has been very inefficient with a lot of my motion graphics, a lot of my stable graphics that I put in Premiere. But now I've made myself some custom mogurts, and so my graphics will actually finally be a little bit standardized, which has been a thing that's sort of bugged me from the beginning, was how I don't standardize them because of the dumb way that I do them, but now we've got Mogerts. Oh, would y'all like to see another Teto haul? Because I have more stuff for her. Oh, I gotta tell you the tragedy about the fabric. So, I showed everybody last week on the live stream that my fabric for Teto's jacket and skirt came, and it was so much darker than the swatch that I had bought. And so I emailed them. They were like, that is the new color of that gray that we have for that fabric. We no longer have that lighter gray. And if I haven't said this yet, I would really like to have Teto's first video come out on April Fool's Day, because that is her birthday. And so I didn't want to order new swatches, because there's no way I could order swatches and then also order fabric and have it come in time for me to have, you know, make the thing in time for April Fool's Day. So I panic searched around on the internet for another gray fabric, and without buying swatches, I bought one on Etsy because the description of it sounded like it was the right color gray, and I hope it is. But Fabric Wholesale Direct let me do a return on that fabric, but it was sad. But I can't start on that until that fabric comes. But what I have done so far for Teto, I went ahead and made the black petticoat, and it came out so cute. And also, unfortunately, I know I talked about this in one of the updates. I was thinking I wanted to go to Acon this year. But Acon got canceled. Well, it's not canceled. It's postponed. But it doesn't look like Acon is happening. And if it does, I mean, honestly, it would be better if it happened later in the year, because it gives me more time to do stuff. But I don't know if it's gonna actually happen this year, which is sad, because that was the Idol Fest I was trying to go do Teto in, but it doesn't look like it's happening. Your confidence embroidering without a thimble? What do I need the thimble for? It's not pokey. Only use a thimble when it's pokey. But look, I finished that part. Woo! Let's get some trees while I tie this off, and then I'll show you my Teto stuff. Updates, Teto haul. So here's the petticoat. I made her petticoat. How stinking cute! It's so fluffy and ruffly. Look at how gorgeous. It's voile. It's cotton voile, which I love. Big black poofiness. Gorgeous. I'm so happy with this. I've never made a full, I've made like lazy petticoats out of tulle that were like a layer. There were like 1 or 2 layers. This is a full petticoat, and it's beautiful, and I love it. It's my first one. It's a little uneven on the bottom layer, but I can fix that by hand tacking it. It's not much of a haul this time, but I did have to get another whack order for a zipper, and I also bought more buttons because I counted again, and I didn't buy the right amount of buttons the first time. So now I should have enough buttons. I didn't realize there were buttons on the back of her cuffs or on her shoes, so now I should have enough buttons. But the big thing I have is wig stuff. I have 2 of these. So I got Arda. I got 2 packs of Long Wefts Classic in Apple Red, which is it's a very pretty red from Arda. These are just the Long Wefts. And then I was kind of limited on what was in stock. But I got the Jareth, and I don't know if this is going to be a decision that I regret. I'm going to do a pigtail back like I did for Freerun. In fact, I can show you this part. I've already got another one of these ready to go for Teto. It's the same. This is Freerun's base. This is what Freerun's base was. Like I said, that video will be out in like 2 weeks, but this was the base for her wig. So the composition of this wig doesn't actually matter that much, but the Jareth, if you're not Arta stan or a big Arta fan if you've not owned a lot of Arta wigs. I've owned a lot of Arta wigs. The Jareth is, it's a style basically based on David Bowie's hair in Labyrinth. So it's a wig for spiking, and it's got a lot of crimped hair in it, and it's got a lot of hair in it. But I got it because it was the only base wig I could grab at Apple Red that wasn't like super long. But hopefully all of the layers will help me doing the spikes. I've not actually done like a very, like I'm really not very good at like wig spiking because I haven't done it much because I don't, I've not done a whole ton of characters that have like really pronounced spikes, but Teto's bangs are pretty spiky. And then I can show you this. This is wild. This is my drill curl experiment. I made it way too long. But I needed to do this to figure out how long it needed to be. But I mean, it looks okay. It's made of scrap hair from leftover hair from Freerun. Somebody said, "What are you doing for the pale streak in her hair? Just ribbon?" Yeah, it's canonically a ribbon, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to put it in the drill curl and make sure I remember to do that because I had not thought about the ribbon yet. But I will be, hopefully, reinventing the drill curl. Okay, there's a way people have done it for years, and I'm not doing anything like that. So I'm gonna reinvent it. Make it way easier, hopefully. I also did this experiment. This won't make much sense, but here's some hair glue experiments. Listen, Max says that's so much better than I could do on my first try. Drill curls are like the hardest thing and like most annoying thing to do, and I'm trying to innovate it in a way that makes them really easy. I think I'm gonna end the stream a little early today. Sorry. But I did get this whole part done. Aren't you proud, Miss Kitty? You wanna say hi to everybody? No, you won't get down. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. Thanks for watching this year-old Patreon stream re-upload. If you want to see the Patreon streams actually live or in full, then you can check out my Patreon because you can get access for just $1 a month. And a big thank you to Mel, or Pocket Leaves, who's editing these streams down for me so I can focus on my main channel videos. You can check out Mel's work on either their channel Pocket Leaves or Pocket Cons, and sometimes you'll even see me in their con vlogs. It's a special occurrence when it happens. But as always, if you're just watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, then you're supporting this channel too. So thank you. Bye!